everyone, this is Neve with the Rainbow Cauldron, and this is your weekly general reading for November 12th through the 18th, 2017. Alright, so with these readings, what I do is I pull one card from an oracle deck, and this month we are using the Gita wisdom cards from the Bhagavad Gita. And this card will represent the general theme of the week, something we need to think about and keep in our minds. And then I will pull 3 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is the deck we are using this month. And these cards will represent the general flow of energy throughout the week. All right, so let's get started. All right, so I shuffled the Bhagavad Gita deck, and since they have no backing, they have to be shuffled with my eyes closed. And I pulled Changing Bodies. All right, so this card says, all of these cards have verses from the Bhagavad Gita, so sometimes they can feel quite religious. Sometimes they're very general, not very religious, and it just kind of depends. But they are from the Bhagavad Gita Holy Book. So this is Changing Bodies, chapter 2, verse 22. As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and used ones. Okay, so this actually makes a lot of sense when we considered last week's reading. So last week we had the Lamp of Knowledge was the card that was our theme card. And it was really talking about trusting in something or someone, either a leader, a mentor, your spiritual leader, or your mentor, your guide, or your higher power, trusting in something or someone else to show the truth, to bring light to a situation. And then the cards below talked a lot about keeping an open mind and gaining a new perspective, listening to a new perspective, and while initially being resistant to that perspective. Now here, we're really seeing us accepting those changes and really bringing them on, embracing them, changing our perspective completely. And there you go, that's great. So let's move on to the cards for this week. So the first card is the High Priestess. All right, great. Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so 2 major arcana cards. And finally we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. So we are seeing some big energies here, as shown with 2 major arcana cards. So the High Priestess is really talking about trusting our inner wisdom and listening to our intuition, listening to our dreams, kind of a solitude and silence, gaining perspective of our own. Last week we were listening to the perspective of someone else, and accepting the truths that they were speaking. And this week we're accepting those changes, those truths, and gaining an inner wisdom on it. And I'm going to jump to this card before I get to this one. And the 7 of Wands is talking about standing your ground. So last week we had a caution to not be so stubborn. And this week we're saying speaking up for ourselves and making your voice heard, being that flame in all those voices, and defending your position, not backing down. So kind of encouraging you to be stubborn. But we've also accepted that we are going with the flow, and that's what we're seeing here with the Wheel of Fortune, that we're accepting a loss of control here. And we have to understand that change is inevitable. We stay calm, go with the flow, but we're not backing down. Reflect on what you actually believe, what your position is. Accept that changes are happening. Go with the flow. Don't get too riled up about it. Stay calm, but stand your ground. Don't give up too much control. Don't let others walk on you, sort of feeling here. So yeah, so we're totally accepting that changes are happening. That's both of these cards. Accepting of changes, accepting of these new perspectives, embracing those new perspectives, and that's with this as well. Embracing those new perspectives and considering them for ourselves, and then defending those positions. All right. Wow. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Blessed be. Bye.